Another concept of discipline is equality. How can children be equal when they don't have the same experience, knowledge, or responsibility? Okay? Equality doesn't mean that we are the same, all right? But equality means that all people have equal claims to dignity and respect. So like I'm saying, the example we said last lecture, the Lord Jesus Christ, okay? Although he's God, he created everybody, but he treated everybody with dignity and respect. He never disrespected anybody, even the worst sinners, okay? So, and God respects us so much that he gives us the freedom to do whatever we want, including rejecting him, okay? So, we are not equal to God. You know, we're not, okay? So imagine us as human beings, we need to have this idea that as a parent, I have to respect my child as equal in dignity and respect. But we're not the same. We're not the same, meaning that I have more experience, I'm still the parent, I have still the authority to the ultimate, decision. I'm still the one who will, run the household. You know what I mean? But it's not. It doesn't mean that I am better than my child, or I am higher in value than my child. Do you understand the point? I'm not more valuable than my child. The discipline does not include humiliation, and humiliating techniques are contrary to the concept of equality and mutual respect. If we are going to discipline our kids using humiliation and putting down and making them feel bad about themselves and disrespectful ways, then it contradicts the equality principle, okay? So again, equality is very important principle in discipline. But remember, we are not the same, and we have different responsibility than the kids. We have responsibility to teach them. All right. Another concept in discipline, very important concept, is understanding the child's developmental stage and know your child. Very, very often, the parents' confusion about discipline comes or stems from a lack of understanding of what the child is capable of doing and not doing. For example, a 3-year-old child, you punish them because they are lying, okay? The concept of lying doesn't develop at that age. It's too early, okay? So if you think they are lying, that they are not, but this is a developmental stage. Or punishing a child for a 2-year-old for spilling milk while they're drinking, all right? Well, that's what they're supposed to do, okay? Do you understand what I'm saying? So if you have a child who's a year and a half and trying to drink and then spills everything on, and then you come and slap them or yell at them, they're not going to try anymore. You're telling them it's bad to try. Okay, do you get the idea? So in order to understand how to discipline, you have to know what's the developmental stage of your child and what they can do and what they cannot do. Again, going back to this old idea that every child is different. You can have a 12-year-old child who cannot actually write correctly because of a problem with writing. Okay, you can have that. You can have a child who's a 7-year-old or 8-year-old who cannot read well because of dyslexia or something. If you keep punishing this kid, without knowing this problem, what you're only doing what? You're hurting their self-esteem, exactly. You're putting them down. It's like someone who's paralyzed in one leg, and you keep asking them to run on that leg. Okay? The end result would be frustration, low self-esteem, anger, feeling it's not fair, and so on. And there is a verse in Proverbs 22:6, train up your child in the way he should go. And this means that you should know where your child should go first before you train them. You see, when you have a trainer or you have a coach, the coach will know each one of the team members what they're capable of doing and what they're not. This one is good at pitching, and this one is good at whatever, catching, whatever it is. So they know the capabilities of every player. So as a parent, you should be able to know what your child can do and what cannot do, and then build on the strength, not the weaknesses. Another very important concept in discipline is children's mistakes are their opportunity to practice. Children don't have the luxury to practice their new skills. For example, if you're going to be a pilot, all right, you go into training, you go into simulated flights, and you try to, and then you study, and then you go with someone else. But kids don't do that. They're born, and then they have to deal with things, all right? They didn't get a course in walking or holding things or playing or talking to people or situations before they're born, okay? So they don't have this luxury. So it is much safer to allow them to make mistakes while they're at home with you in a caring, loving, supportive environment, all right? Then preventing them from having those mistakes or making those mistakes, and then later on they will do the mistakes when there is not that environment available. Do you get the idea? Again, this comes back to rescuing. If you rescue the child all the time and preventing them from making mistakes, little mistakes of course, then they will never learn how to deal with the big stuff, the big decisions. So, and in our society, unfortunately, we are taught to be ashamed of mistakes. It's bad to make a mistake, all right? But actually, God never treats us this way, if you think about it. Okay, God actually allows us to make mistakes. And He uses our weaknesses and our mistakes to teach us to be better.